Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
What are we doing today?
Well, today we got a bit of an announcement.
Is it an announcement or is it more like this is what we do?
Well, it's more of a, yep. This is the way things are. So, no, we don't want to pretend that we're going to do something we can't do anymore, essentially. So, we're going to go over some things, talk about some
hard truths and
the podcast in general, and just kind of like what we're doing from here forward.
The state of the onion.
The state of the Sac-Dis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you ready to start talking about it?
Sure as fuck am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so first of all, let me just say I'm a funny ass bitch.
You are.
Be that as it may, I'm not going to tell you.
You know what? If you were here with us on the live, you'd know that. And you know why.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying.
It's
just
true.
Saying.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is true.
Which is on Discord, 10 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm. Continuing. Yeah. So what I have in my notes, though, is not funny. But it is kind of funny because it says state of the world, state of our lettuce. Because autocorrect.
Right, yeah.
It was supposed to say state of the world, state of our lives.
That makes more sense.
Than lettuce.
Right, yeah. Although, I mean, it could make sense the other way, too, so. But yeah, so we've been going through, just to throw it out there, we've been going through a lot of changes in our lives with regard to my work. A lot of that is to do with my work.
Your work schedule.
My work schedule. And just there's been a lot of upheaval in our life. Not completely bad, not completely great, but just change.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this podcast for a long, long time. It's been 5 years.
And lately...
Actually, 5 years this month.
Yeah, actually. It feels like we keep showing up to apologize for not showing up.
And we're kind of sick of doing that.
And then so I was like, what if we just only show up on those nights?
Yeah.
And then we don't have to keep apologizing.
Right. So...
Because we always show up on Tuesdays, because that's when our lives are. And that's the most fun ever.
It is. And we really implore you, if you haven't joined us on the lives, to do so. Discord, the links on our website. It's where we're going to be. We're going to be on the lives every Tuesday. That's where the podcasts are going to happen. I will say this is something we didn't discuss with the folks in Discord tonight, but unlike we have been doing, there may be biblical text that we're going over in the lives instead of special episodes.
Well, we're going to be slow rolling the rest of Malachi out one Tuesday at a time. We've got 3 chapters left, and I'm like, we cannot go on a hiatus.
No.
Without fucking finishing Malachi.
We have to finish the Old Testament.
Yeah.
We're so fucking close.
3 chapters away. Fuck off,
So we had to find a way to do this. And the way to do this is that we
admit where we are, hard truths, you know?
Yeah, and we really enjoy showing up for the lives every Tuesday. Like, it's a community. It's fun. It's something that we look forward to doing because, honestly, to interact with our fans is one of the greatest treats we could have ever been given.
No. I'm so sorry. You said that wrong.
Oh, was it fuck off?
No. Although, I mean, that is true. Everybody can fuck off affectionately, though.
Yeah.
No.
That's an inside thing.
The people in our Discord, they are our friends.
Absolutely.
You said it wrong because you said fans, and I'm changing that to friends.
I apologize.
Because we have come to recognize like 99% of the people who show up regularly. Like, we interact with them enough that, like, I don't know your face. I couldn't pick you out on the street, but, like, I'm going to cry because, like, you guys are just such friends to me now. Like, we interact, we talk about all the things, and we joke around about stuff. And so, no, they're not fans. They're friends. They're my friends. And I like showing up on Tuesday to talk with my friends every week. Absolutely. And that's one of the few times that we are able to, in everything else, all of the upheaval of life, we're still able to make this work. Yeah. And I don't want to keep coming to it with like a little bit of dread because part of showing up has to be an apology for all the other times that I suck.
Right. Yeah. No, we want it to be something that we look forward to, and we know for a fact that we look forward to our Tuesday lives. And so we wanted to make this something that we enjoy doing again. Right. And you know what? If it gets to the point where, you know, we take off to the level that I don't have to work a job, we'll probably pick up the pace a little bit more again because there's still a lot of shit to get through with regard to the Bible. Right. But for now, we just can't do it.
We just can't do it. There's too, like, everybody talks about, like, you know, oh, you have a podcast? Oh, you've been going this long? Oh, how much money you make? You must make and I'm like, that is hilarious because unless you're like a Joe Rogan out there, like picked up by a sponsor and already well known, like, there's a lot of time and effort that goes behind doing a podcast. Yeah. And I'm not tooting my own horn because I don't do any of that shit.
No, and I'll be perfectly honest with our fans. We literally make the last payment I just got today actually was $149 from our patrons. Thank you to all of our patrons. You guys really do keep us going on this more than you could ever know.
I mean, y'all pay really, for the website. Yeah. Y'all pay for it.
Hosting. You pay for.
You make it pay for itself.
Do. Yeah.
So that we are able to keep showing up on Tuesday and not have to worry about, oh my God, what's going to happen if we can't afford
to keep the podcast going, right?
Because I think we all know, regardless of our politics, regardless what country we live in, the world's a little bit not cool right now.
And there's a lot of shit just not going quite right and up in the air and questionable as how tomorrow's going to be. Yeah. Let alone next week or next month or next year.
Yeah. And, we're feeling some of that too. So.
We are, absolutely. And we're not alone. I know that. Yeah. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of things right now. Mental health issues, just all kinds of different stuff. There's a lot of bad shit happening in the world because of how much strain there is in society. So,
one of the most meaningful quotes that I ever read, and I wish I could remember who said it, but I'm a rubbish trash human at remembering that sort of thing, said something to the effect of happiness is a form of resistance. And I just really love that because that goes hand in hand with one of my personal commandments, that happy is a choice. And that, that means that you can decide for yourself that you're going to work toward that, right? Whatever that means for you. Sure. And, start where you are, wherever you are, if that means that, this is the time when you get help or you call somebody or you decide to take medication or you decide to get off medication, whatever that means for you. Right. Right. But I really love that happiness is a form of resistance. Like, you don't have to feel guilty for finding joy in small things, while all of the atrocities of the world are happening.
Right.
And showing up on Tuesdays is a form of resistance for us. And it is a form of happiness and joy for us.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that we'll get into some other stuff later because I'm going to mention some things that I'm actually looking up right now with regard to our podcast that I want to mention, just in like longevity and things that we've done and different things like that. But what did you have next on our list of things to cover?
Thank our patrons. But you already did that, but it was like in passing.
I did. Yeah, but not enough, not nearly enough, because I just want to say that we have had some of the most amazing patrons, and just fans, friends, everything grace us through throughout our podcast. I mean, I just want to go down a short list here of, we've got, Douglas T, who Lifetime has donated $725.
Oh my God.
Conrad, who we've met.
Yes.
Lifetime has donated $415.
Jiminy Christmas.
Lindsay M, Lifetime has donated $314.
Holy wow.
Natalie, who has donated Lifetime $260.
Good golly.
Frederick, $250.
My goodness.
Brady, $205.
Just
and
I
like,
do.
It goes down from there, but I do
want to take a moment to tell Brady that I still reserve the right to tell you to fuck off, though.
Right.
Affectionately.
Oh, well, you know what? I should go on down because we got Jared, Lifetime 200, Hamish, Lifetime 125, Fern, Lifetime 121. So
y'all are just.
I'm going to stop there because that covers some of our fans, friends, etc.
Yeah.
So, but we cannot thank you guys enough. You really are what keeps us afloat and keeps us going. So.
I mean, you both literally keep this running, but also emotionally keep us running. Like, it's why we didn't want to stop, even though, you know, it's really hard to get our scheduling figured out, and all the extra, like the social media shit like that. Yeah. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've noticed, like, husband stepped away from all that shit.
I did.
It was driving you nuts because you could not do it enough to your satisfaction.
No, I could not. Because it's literally a full-time job that I need to direct somebody to do.
Right.
Because there's just so much involved in
much that. Like the production, much like the editing, much like
no, I can do everything in small chunks. I mean, no, the truth is I can do anything really well. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of how much time it takes to do all those things. Yeah. And that's what really bogs me down, we get lost in our podcast sometimes for love of the podcast. And it's to the detriment of the podcast because I can't continue at that level. Well,
that's what I was saying earlier when I was like, I'm not tooting my own horn because I don't do any of that shit. Y'all don't know how many hats husband wears. He puts on like 5 different hats for this thing and tries the full-time job each of them in addition to his regular full-time job right. Where, you know, he's supporting us and our kid. And it's just, you know, when everything is like blowing up and not in the good way and, you know, shit is crashing, shit is hitting the fan, stuff is not going really well. Right. You got to take off some of those hats.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we've come up against here right now. Yeah. And so we just wanted to thank the people that have supported us and gotten us to where we are. Mm-hmm. Because where we are is amazing. I mean, we have our podcast is, I mean, we are one of the top atheist podcasts out there, which is, I never thought I would say those words, but we are.
It's kind of crazy to think that, you know, we started this just like recording on a Samsung phone
We did.
And even at that, we're still not much better because we're still like in our basement in our pajamas. like, yay, but we have a real microphone, but it's one mic and we share it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like one of those fancy ones that hangs from above.
No, it's a $70, Yeti.
Yeah.
Nano Yeti.
Like,
yeah.
We be crawling,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
And we're just like, we're here.
and we've gone through spats where audio has gone,
shit.
Yeah, to shit on us. Like there's multiple episodes that probably aren't even listening. You can't even listen to them because they're so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I left them up, but they are up. We should probably redo them at some point. But we've had spells during our podcast where things were just
not good.
They fell apart. We've gone through a lot with this podcast. We've gone through a lot of learning curves. We've gone through a lot of just like when we first started this podcast, we had we got excited about 7 people in a week listening to our podcast. Well, and it was like, look, there's people listening.
Well, because our main goal was not specifically to, I know in the back of your mind, like everything in the back of your mind is there a way that I can turn this into a thing where we can maybe, pick up some fans and maybe make some money off of this? Like, that's always in the back of your mind. So I don't want to say that but like collectively between me and you, like our main goal was just to read the Bible, and doing it in this podcast format, like super laid back, just a chapter at a time as we're able, like held us accountable.
Well, and I want to caveat too, like my reasoning for wanting to make it more than what it is so that we reach more people. It's not like we specifically stopped taking advertising dollars because we don't want to support people who support Trump. Right? I mean, we could be making twice as much as what we do, which still isn't a significant amount of money, but
more is better than zero.
This is our goal is not to make the most money doing a podcast. No, and our goal is honestly, if we made enough to just sustain ourselves, it would be amazing because we could travel the world, meet with people. Like, that would be the most amazing job I think I could ever have.
To meet with other atheists, or to meet with people who are coming out of religion, or to meet with people who have questions about the Bible, or I don't know, like, to me, that's just so cool. I'll never forget the first time that we got a letter from somebody who was coming out of religion. What is that term called when you come out of religion?
Deconverting.
Deconverting. I kept wanting to say detransitioning, and I'm like, no, that's not quite right.
Deconverting, whatever. Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I got an email from somebody that was deconverting and
deconstructing.
That's the one.
Thank you, Happy Feet. I really fucked that one up.
You really did. At least I knew the one that was wrong.
Yeah,
okay, so deconstructing. Yes, that's it. I'll never forget when I first got an email from somebody who was deconstructing.
Yeah.
And they said that they had never read the Bible the way we were reading it without any background or, baggage. Like, we didn't have preconceived notions or things that we were taught that were just taken for granted. We didn't have any of the traditions that are just known, unspoken but known.
Sure.
We had none of that. And so us reading it the way we do really helped them see how it feels from the outside, and really helped them in their reconciling and, coming to decisions. And like that letter really made me cry.
And that was early on, I think.
That was within the first year.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll never forget that, because I had no idea that's a niche. Like, I had no idea that there's an audience for that. Like, that was not my intention at all. Not because intentionally I was avoiding it or anything.
Sure.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know the term deconstruct.
Right.
I still barely fucking know it, clearly. I didn't know that there was a group of people out there who needed what we're doing when we're just over here being like goofballs. Right. And doing what we're doing for the fun of it.
Well, and I think that that email was followed up by many others over the years. But like another one that stood out to me was somebody that reached out to us that their husband was Christian and they were deconstructing, and they couldn't really talk to their husband about it. They couldn't talk to their family about it. They couldn't talk, their only safe space was with us.
Right.
And they actually asked for a way to donate to us outside of a way to be tracked, because that was the only way that they could do it without letting other people know, their husband, that they were doing that. And that one was like we had a lot of back and forth emails with that person.
Yeah.
And there was other similar emails, but that one was like, just like, wow.
There are people who like do not feel comfortable in their marriage or in their relationships, in their families, in their households, having these conversations. And like, this is serious. And it's not that we didn't know that it's serious. It's just that was never where we started from.
It didn't occur to us how much people needed to hear this.
Yeah.
Not just that, like, our intentions were just for knowledge to start off with, really.
Well, knowledge, curiosity, irreverence, be silly, show up, finish it, finally be able to say we read it.
Well, we've covered this before, too. Like, part of us going by our monikers being husband and wife is that it's tongue-in-cheek a little bit, right? It's just, like, we're not, like, the whole idea of marriage and the biblical version of marriage is kind of ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Not that it's not okay to get married, but, like...
And not that there's anything wrong with, a straight man and wife marriage.
Right,
there's not.
Which we are.
Which we are,
but we also understood how it translates to religion.
Right.
And that's always kind of been something that we've discussed in our lives. So it just made sense for us to just tongue-in-cheek go by husband and wife. And so, like, there's a lot of these things...
maintain our anonymity, but in a very tongue-in-cheek manner.
And we went... there was a lot of these things were kind of like us wanting to know more, wanting to find out how to interpret this when other people were talking to us about the Bible, and to be a little bit snarky about it, because a lot of the bullshit that's happening in politics uses biblical references as their ammunition for that political whatever it is.
Right.
And just enough's enough sometimes.
And you can hear somebody else say that's taken out of context. What it actually means is blah, 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 blah. And you can, like, trust them, I guess. But how much better is it to, like, hear somebody say that's taken out of context, and for you to be able to, having read the Bible, say, I know, right? I mean, that's not what it meant.
Right.
And mean it enthusiastically because, like, you read it.
Sure.
And so you know.
But I would say, going back to, like, the letters and reviews and everything that we get from this, the biggest fan base that we have is just thankful that there is somebody reading the Bible the way we read the Bible. And it strikes me as funny and heartwarming and everything every time I read one of these comments or emails or whatever, because we're just being us.
We're just being us. Balls.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just in our pajamas, in our basic, being funny and riffing off each other.
And getting back to the announcement that we made today, the reason we're going to a weekly is because we want to have that enthusiasm, that curiosity that we bring when we're fresh and ready to do a podcast, and we don't want to do one just to do one.
Right.
And that's why we want to go down to once a week on our lives and make this something that we can make a little bit more fun for us and hopefully for our listeners as well.
And I mean, our schedule changes like every year, every 6 months to, this isn't forever, obviously.
I mean, you never know, but yeah.
But it may be this way for a few years. And
you're saying schedules.
Yeah, your schedule may change again.
Yeah.
As it does. It fucking did, just like since I wrote your last week on the calendar and you're like, oh, actually, I'm working on Wednesday, not Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, normally I write husband's schedule in orange, just like that. I associate that color with husband. And so I use an orange pen and I write his schedule for the month, every month. I can't do that right now because his schedule keeps fucking changing. And it's not just his hours. It's literally what city he is in.
Right. Yeah.
And that is so crazy. That has nothing to do with this podcast. That is neither here nor there. But just so you know where I'm at, like, I'm a planner girly, and you are fucking up my planner. You are fucking up the family calendar.
Shit.
No, I know.
I'm just like, yep, doing that. That's what I'm doing.
I know. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'll say, oh, we should do that on Tuesday. That's your day off. And you'll be like, oh, I have an appointment that day. And I'm like, what? Since when?
Right.
You don't tell me shit.
So do we have, what's the next thing on that you had on there for?
Okay,
this is kind of a flyby episode where we're doing this announcement, but we had some general notes.
I had State of the World, State of our Lettuce.
Yeah.
I had Tuesdays, only Tuesdays, because Tuesdays.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Slow Rollin' Malachi.
Okay. Well, yeah, so as, obviously we're doing weekly episodes. I think I mentioned we're going to be doing,
Malachi.
Bible episodes during our weekly lives now because it's our once a week podcast. So
next Tuesday will be Malachi chapter 2, finally.
Yes. But it'll be on the live and it'll be here.
Yeah.
So, and I will say this too, even if you aren't caught up with us, please join the live. You can ask anybody when you jump into the live, but we spend an hour talking about shit before we even get into the fucking podcast. So,
and then sometimes we stick around for like a half hour to an hour after. Not always. Sometimes you got to go so that you can get shit done for work the next day.
And you can always go back and listen to the old ones and then catch back up and hear it again if you want to. It's always going to be there. But there's a lot of other shit we talk about too. So
or try this. Come hang out with us, and then as soon as we actually start reading, you can turn the volume down and just hang out with everybody in the Discord.
Yeah, and drink. A lot of people drink. Or, other.
Or smoke things.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Was that pretty much the...
After Slow Rollin' Malachi, Think Patrons, which you did, and How We Got Here, which you did. Yeah,
so I was trying to look up while I was on here a couple of things, but I failed at it.
What are you trying to find?
Well, I know that I was just kind of going back for stats. Like we did a daily podcast for quite some time.
Yeah.
And, we've been doing this for 5 years.
It was like 3 of the 5 years at least.
We're over 1,300 episodes. We might even be over 1,400 episodes at this point, which is, a
fuck ton.
It's a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Like we have done a lot of work for this podcast. We have done a lot of time for this podcast, and we're not resentful of that in any way whatsoever. No. It's an amazing thing to find out that like we have people tell us all the time they're catching up. Like even when we were doing it daily, they'd be like, I'm catching up. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, I'm listening on double speed and I'm listening to like 2-3 episodes a day, and I'm like, that's incredible, but damn.
I'm like, bro, I wanted to read the Bible, but I didn't want to like listen to my voice that fast and that often read the Bible.
I don't think 3 times speed is reasonable, but that's just me. I know you do close to you do 2 times speed listening.
No, I do just under 2 times speed.
Just under. Okay.
I am up to 1.6 or 1.8, depending on the material and if the person has an accent.
Right. I gotcha. Okay. Did we have anything else to cover though?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay. Well, mostly this was just to thank everybody for being on this ride with us and to announce the new state of the podcast. I did forget to mention one thing. The weekly replays that I was doing where we catch up all the episodes. I'm not going to be doing, since we're going to be doing just a once a week podcast now. So I'm not going to be doing the weekly replays.
But I will say, we didn't talk about this. You should probably do one more after we finish Malachi that just like
wraps up the Old Testament, or like the last few of the Old Testament. Yeah. That just I might do that.
All of the Malachi's in it or whatever.
Sure.
Just because we took forever to get all of them out.
We'll figure it out. This is a work in progress, and we're figuring this all out as to what comes next. But we will be doing regular episodes still on Tuesdays. We'll be doing live on Tuesdays, and then they'll be releasing on Wednesdays for the most part. So,
for the most part,
yeah. Yep. And we always reserve the right to release a random extra episode if we wanted to.
Yeah. We had talked about that with each other. Like, sometimes, there's stuff that happens. Like, there's like a State of the Union for realsies that we feel compelled to talk about. Or like, Right now, all of the Democrats in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
the Democrat leadership has fled the state, and there are warrants out for their arrest.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because
I'm like, what the fuck?
They're fighting the gerrymandering.
Yeah,
and
which is terrible.
But these people are standing up for what they believe, and they're fighting it. And that, that might be something that we would want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's not, but it could
Not
be.
today. Not today. But there are political events that are shaping our world that sometimes we feel compelled to do episodes about. And they are even just in the realm of the secular world. There are some very important things that we have needed to talk about, we felt.
Yeah.
And so that, I'm sure, given who is our president and everything else, will probably happen at some point again, too.
Release the files. Release the files.
I don't think we have a whole lot else to discuss here.
No.
I just wanted to let everybody know where we're at.
And I don't know. I feel like this is a good time to re-up love is love and Black Lives Matter and sex work is real work and what else? Help me out here.
This was a you listen time. I mean, not that I don't agree. Just I wasn't prepared for a list of things we support and don't
fight
support.
Fascism. Don't do nothing about white supremacy. Punch a Nazi.
I mean, only if it's really warranted. But
I mean, it's always warranted. If you're safe and feel called.
Sure. Yeah. But we don't advocate violence either. So
get your vaccines while you still can. What else?
All the things,
Earth is not flat.
Right. That one. And yes, that one for sure.
Science rules.
Yes.
God drools.
Anyway, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay.
And say thank you once more to all of our fans, friends, patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible, and we could never have done this without you.
No.
We might have still done it without you, but we wouldn't have enjoyed it nearly as much.
And honestly, sometimes our finances are so shit-tastic that we really might not have been able to do it.
This is true.
Our patrons.
It's true. So thank you again, and we will see you next Tuesday.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.